And in Accra's Odododiodioo constituency, the stage is set for a high-stakes political showdown as the NPP and NDC prepare to contest one of Ghana's most historically charged seats. Now, with new candidates from both major parties, December's election could signal a major shift in this NDC stronghold or reaffirm the enduring influence of tradition. ChannelOne News' Ni Ayikwe Okai reports.
Odododiodioo consists of over 100,000 eligible voters with 7 electoral areas. These are Koledudo, Amamomo, Mudo, Mleshi, Kinkan, Kolewoko, and Mlechagono. The Odododiodioo constituency has historically been identified as a flashpoint for electoral violence, primarily due to the long-standing political rivalries in the constituency. This has often necessitated targeted security measures by the police to avert conflicts.
I don't expect to see what happened in 2016. In fact, from 2012, 2016, in 2012, the same Neil and Vanderpoel with Captain Okankwe, you know, a lot happened. There's Lausus, the Canadian Japons were beating. So there's a particular candidate who can be associated with violence. And the fact that he is no more, I am happy.
It has always been the NDC supporters who have suffered the violence of the NPP. As we're talking now, we lost lives in the last elections. In 2016, 5 of our people were shot at. As we see today, I continue to take care of the household of those people. Some of them have been continually visiting the hospital and have been taking care of that for years.
The 2024 general election in the Odododiodioo constituency is set to be a critical turning point as both the NPP and NDC present fresh candidates following the withdrawal of key political figures from the parliamentary race. Historically, the constituency has been a stronghold for the NDC, with only one significant victory for the NPP in 2000 by former President John Ejiokum Kufuor and Reginald Nebia Ibonte as the Member of Parliament. The NDC in the year 2004 recaptured the seat by 52.4% of votes as against the NPP's 46.4% and has since maintained defeat. In 2020, the NDC's John Mahama secured a 55.38% victory against Nana Akufo-Addo, who polled 44.03% of the votes. The parliamentary candidate of the NDC, Neil Vanderpoel, secured 53.83% of the total vote cast, whereas the NPP's Neil Bannerman garnered 45.31%, cementing the party's historical dominance in the constituency.
The gap before I came in was just about 4,000, 5,000. Then I took it 21,000. Then the issue of the demolition exercise and the problems of the June 3rd rain disaster affected us and brought our number down to almost about 17,000. And then the last elections, they were allowed some unbridled transfer of voters to our constituency, and that further reduced our margin.
In 2012, we lost the parliamentary elections by 21,000, the difference of 21,000. In 2016, the difference dropped to 9,000. As I speak to you, it's 6,000, the difference between the NPP and the NDC. And it's largely because the new register, we were able to get a lot of the traders to register in Odododiodioo.
The upcoming election raises the question, could this be the year that the NPP breaks the NDC's hold and swings the tide in its favor? The NPP's new parliamentary candidate, Abdul Manaf Soa, brings a fresh face to the race after Neil Bannerman's third attempt to secure the seat fell short. The NPP has a few factors working in its favor in this election. First, the infrastructure development, spearheaded by the NPP government in recent years, might sway voters looking for tangible progress in the constituency. Additionally, voter fatigue after years of NDC's dominance might open up space for the NPP to make significant inroads.
When you talk of unemployment, at least I've been able to bridge certain gap, especially the youth coming up who have been trained through apprenticeship. I started this project 3 years ago, proud to becoming the parliamentary candidate. And I've been able to give them a startup kit to work with. After being the parliamentary candidate, okay, fine, I was able to give them 250 sewing machines and 400 pieces of hair dryers just to go and start up something with.
The NDC's new candidate, Alfred Kotiashi, faces the challenge of maintaining the party's dominance following the exit of Neil Ante van der Poy, a former minister for youth and sports who has been instrumental in keeping the NDC strong in the constituency since the year 2012. Kotiashi will need to galvanize support through the NDC's deep-rooted ties to the community and its focus on addressing critical social issues like education, economic conditions and employment.
We are bringing what we call the Women Development Bank, because my constituency is predominantly market or commercial areas, from Makola through Okanshi, Katamanton, and then the fisher folk.
Indeed, the stakes are high in the race for parliamentary representation in the Odododiodioo constituency. As both the NPP and NDC introduce new faces, voters are looking closely at who has the capacity to address the pressing demands of the constituency and bring impactful change. Will this election shift the tide, or will tradition remain strong? December will tell. But for now, we will be watching closely. Reporting for Channel One News from Adedenko in the Greater Accra region, my name is Ni Ayukweyi Okain.